Hey there team, so this is a 4v4 on the Pelennor fields, as we can see through the morning fog. I think are we morning or evening? It looks like that's sitting in the north over there, but hey, doesn't really matter. So, crumbs Tommy? Yeah, so anyway, this was a 4v4 sent in by Tommy. He's playing his canned here, so we'll be on 0.1 speed, so we should be able to zoom through everything and then just speed on up. Actually, let's go 0.3. We've got his Nurad footman here, double Nurad footman, Nurad halberd line, which is pretty solid, with some more footmen on his right flank. Brother to the shadow there, Marauder, Variag bowman. Then some Variag cataphracts, horse archers, Nurad windblades, great to see, brother to the bow, and Variag horse archers. We'll zoom back over and see what formation he wants to set up in just before we start the battle, really. His first ally here is Wilbo. So he's got his Dalian Cav, Earls of Dale, then Dalian Spears. Let's zoom in a bit closer because it's a nice time in the day. And it's always nice to see these models sort of getting lit up by the torches that they're carrying. He's got some civvies to the field. Dalian Spears, some Laketown Pikes, Barding Herd, and Laketown Pikes, good. And some Dalian Spears up the front there. He put some Barding Marksmen without... No, this is with an armor upgrade. Yeah, okay, cool. He's really spared no expense for them, and even for the spearmen. Oh, this is great. Yeah, so you can see these guys have received the armor upgrade. These guys have not. I like the look of them without it, but it is pretty beneficial to give it to them. So that's one of these times where I would probably do it and just take the the loss that they might not be looking quite as nice. He's got his Blackshot Dragon Slayers there, and that's where he's put his general. I like the Royal Guard myself, but certainly not a bad place to go. And even some Laketown Infantry there to buff out the numbers and give himself a little more arrow fire downrange. And then he's also got another Earls of Dale and another Dalian Cav. So a lot of Cav dominance over on that side of the field. Let's try and slow it down to try and get through this army while it's all bundled up like this. Blue Ranger, cool. Not seen him for a little while, actually. So he's got his Dwarven Miners, Mithril Guard, Mercenary Guildsmen, fantastic. Sentries, Warriors. Then 2 Hammers of Gundabad, and I say this as somebody who doesn't really know much about Khazad-Dum. They're locked morale. I heard Umad say in a recent siege battle, so I didn't know that. So that really raises them up in their estimation. I guess they are kind of like berserker type units, so you would, a lot of human berserkers would be locked morale. They're 3rd Legion infantry there, more 3rd Legion, 1st Legion pikes, and then the Orc hunters, and some reclaimers, and some mercenary cav. I'm a big fan of the mercenary cav. He's given them an armor upgrade there, which I think is pretty solid. And yeah, just allows them to really go toe to toe with some pretty nasty guys, because they're quite a cheap unit as standard. Steward of Dale is the last guy over here with his Herenidae Nobles, Coalfell Maidens, 2 units of Coalfell Maidens, sorry. Some Rhudaur Clansmen with an armor upgrade, makes them a bit fearsome. Not that they're not fearsome at all as standard. No! That was a Herenidae Pikes and 2 Dunman Pikes. Then Dunman Spears, and 2 Etmore Troll Hunters. Did we miss anything that he moved forward? Yeah, Rhudaur Marksman there. Cool. Pretty similar to how I would construct a Rhudaur army there, with what Steward of Dale has brought to the field. Yeah, that's sort of how I like to do it, especially with the Herenidae Pikes in the centre. Damn, they cover a long battlefield. This is on a huge unit scale, which is definitely what I like to go for, but definitely 4v4 can be pretty dicey on that. Sometimes, if you are risking a crash. Something I'm noticing immediately from this side of the battlefield is we have Cav dominance. I know we've got Khazad-Dum here, but even Khazad-Dum has a mercenary cavalry unit to take care of himself. So that means that, Wilbo doesn't have to babysit their dwarven brothers to their side, and also Can doesn't have to look after them. Can really can sort of focus on using their horse archers to punish their enemy. What enemy are they going to have here? This could be Arthedain, or it could be Mordor. This brown? I'm not sure what that is. This orange must be Rhun. Actually, yep, I think Rhun. And then the blue could be Umbar, I think. But, yeah, nice to get the Pelennor. Pelennor Fields is good because it is very flat, but it does have a few bumps and grooves. It's not, you know, the grassy plains or anything like that. We saw them for a moment. Oh, there they are. Yep. So this is something you've got to be aware of when you are deploying. The enemy is going to see your stakes, so you are kind of giving away your position. And now, given that they've got canned on the field, and given, of course, they don't know this already, but the enemy's brought a hell of a lot of cavalry. I definitely approve of them doing that, using the stakes. I think is a sound strategy. Mighty Mirko has brought himself some Mordor forces, so he's got his Orc archers out front. Blackguard of Barad-dûr, okay, cool. And then some more Blackguard of Barad-dûr behind them. No, they're just really well straightened out. Mixed in with the Nazgul and the Minas Morgul Chosen there. And more Minas Morgul Chosen. Orc Javies behind them. Jeepers sake, the boys are deploying wide today. Orc archers, then some Sauron's Will and Orc fodder, some Olokai, Temple Inquisitors, and Melkor's Chosen. Okay, if you want something to go toe to toe with the cavalry, you can really look no further than these two units. So yeah, Tommy's gonna have a lot of trouble there. He's gonna be able to shoot them down pretty nicely because neither of the units have shields. But yeah, Holopuro is this brown color, so that's his Orcs of the Misty Mountains. Goblin infantry out front, nice to see them. I'm a big fan of the Goblin infantry. Heavy Goblin archers, then a kind of interesting defensive formation with the Heavy Goblin halberds, Mountain Orc host, Heavy Goblin spears, host, more infantry, some more spears, and the catapult. Unfortunately not the mangonel today, but a catapult will have to do. Goblin King bodyguard, that's where he's got his general. Then some more infantry, who I'm kind of having trouble looking onto. There we go, good. Black Orcs the Mountain and the White Orc Fearmongers at the back. A lot of numbers, and the thing is, the amount of damage he can do with that catapult is going to be great, but Dale is more than happy to just move up into range and just shoot the hell out of him. So we'll see how defensive he can really be there. MP Beckermy has got his Eastron Horse Guard, 2 units off them, so that's good for anti-cavalry duties. No armor upgrade for them, but they don't really need it. It just makes them look really nice. Baltroth Tribesmen, the Gamprim, commonly seen, Flagrim, and then some Dragon's Wrath Warlords, Innis Rim, and Dragon Knights. Okay. Some more Tribesmen and the Dragon's Breath Cannon. Okay, and some crossbows. Okay. Cool. We'll see if he's going to be able to protect all of that. So this was not Umbar, this is Imladris. The only elf on the field today. Unless Dale? No, Dale didn't bring any elves. Cool. So, we have the Riders of the Brunnen, Imladris Sentries, some Swordmasters, Gwathi Rhudaur. An armor upgrade for the Gwathi Rhudaur? I'm not actually certain how to tell sometimes. It looks like it though. I think they have received it. They're very menacing. Eldrimwe Lancers there. Imladris Guardians with an armor upgrade, good to see. Eldrimwe Archers already firing off, and the Godhilim firing off alongside them. No General in with the Godhilim today though, and the Nuretino Warriors there as well. So, definitely Imladris not great in a skirmish, not as good as any of the other elves, but they'll be able to outshoot Rhudaur, I'd expect. Initial thoughts here, a lot of defensive capabilities on the red side. Artillery on the red side. They've got some cavalry, but I'm still giving the cavalry advantage to the blue side. So I'm excited to see how this goes. We'll probably be slowing it down very soon. But for now, those poor Rhudaur marchmen are getting torn to pieces. But that is kind of their duty. That is, that's what they signed up for, to absorb fire like this. But they are dropping like flies. We're already at 1% casualties, And these are not small armies, so they're getting dropped like flies. A little bit of damage there from the Dragon's Breath Cannon. This is definitely the forces that you'd be wanting to fire upon, because they're the most expensive. Yeah, definitely. We will see how that... He's stretching himself out. That's definitely the best thing for Blue Ranger to do. And the Dragon's Breath Cannon's actually decided to fire over the men that are not stretched out. So that's pretty bloody for them. But arguably a lot less important. I don't know. I'd probably still be wanting to target the dwarves myself. Wilbo's not lurching forward right now, which means he is going to take a fair bit of catapult fire. Don't want to do that up against your nice bunched up lines of crossbows. But Tommy is rushing ahead. His horse archers will be a great little tool here to just pepper away against the lightly armored orc lines. But these orc archers are going to be supplying a bit of damage to them. Oh god, those Temple Inquisitors got minced. That was an amazing charge from the Varia Cataphracts. I did not see that coming. I would have still expected the Cataphracts to take more losses than they did. Very well done, Tommy. They must have been taking a lot of firepower to suffer those sorts of casualties. Yeah, they definitely did take a lot of horse archer fire, but still, damn, that's a shame. Still, it's the rescue run. And I think he's going to just have to turtle up and just fire upon the enemy with his orc archers. And yeah, kind of would want to have a bit more firepower, because if he charges forward blindly, that's going to leave his more defense-focused allies without support. Or he's not going to, more likely, he's not really going to have the support of his more defensive allies. Imladris coming forward with a cavalry charge there. The Elder Emway Lancers will be able to look after themselves up against the Coldfell Maidens. It won't be as much of a bloodbath. And even up against, that's, yeah, almost 40 more than 40 casualties actually from that charge. Really shows you what an exceptional unit of Lancers can do. Stewart of Dale met him with a spearman, an armor upgraded, half decent quality spearman too, and they got out of that without taking much casualty. So that was definitely well done from them. A good move, but they shielded the men behind them, which they did their purpose. And now this is going to be a very chaotic charge across the open field that is going to be punished by this cavalry force. Falling back over those stakes, though, is something he's going to have to keep in mind. Doesn't want to get caught up in that, but that was not as great a charge. That really was not. I'm expecting some casualties still. No? Only one. Yeah, so that was not as great for poor M1 Breakout. He's going to be suffering some damage there. Suffering some casualties, maybe not many. One or two. Elder Emway may not be 2 hit points, but they are exceptionally well armored at the end of the day. Black Bolts popped up, so they're going to be running on forward. Looks like the Warriors of Khazad-Dum are coming up as well, but not super fast. We're 8 for 5 right now. There was some cavalry action here. What sort of charge was this? The Horse Guards had a charge in. It looks like it went okay for them, but it was risky. Good bit of catapult fire into these Dalian spearmen. As I say, I think if Wilbo is going to go for a charge... Well, no, this is kind of what I was saying before. Like, he doesn't really need to charge up against this force. He kind of just needs to move up into archer range, and he can outkill that catapult with all of the archers that he's brought. Still, more horse archer fire from Tommy up against this Mordor line. And yeah, Mirko is just sort of lacking the archers to punish this. And he's kind of relying on just his armor and mainly his numbers to just take this damage, which is not a bad idea, but the real thing is once you start going down that line of just tanking the damage, you kind of need to just keep going down that line. You can't really, after taking a bunch of damage, you can't just decide, actually I'm going to attack now, because you've just put yourself into a worse position. If you're going to attack, you should do it immediately. Heavy Goblin Archers here, able to respond a bit. Oh god, these poor infantry. They'll come back, but that's a shame. Just a bit of run-in for nothing. Yeah, you see, this catapult's not really racking up massive kills there. And these archers are going to be doing a hell of a lot more. Sending up the civilians first. Not really going to be too worried about them routing off the field. They're only 150 florins at the end of the day. But I think we've got our first major clash. There's a bit of a gap. It's kind of a 2v2 over there, and there's a bit of a 2v2 over here as well. Jeepers, Cavaliers dead all over the field here. As these Eastron Horse Guard have gotten minced once again. Damn. It's crazy. I'm positioning my mic a little bit differently than normal. It's over to my right side, so we'll see if that comes across quite nicely today or not. It just keeps it out of my way and lets me see and do whatever I need to do. These Warriors of Khazad-Dum have managed to make contact there, and what I kind of worried about was there's not really enough infantry from MP Beckermead to keep everything contained here. Where he is able to make contact, he's doing quite well, but as I say, just there's a lot of gaps that can be exploited. I don't know. It's going quite well, actually. Over there, definitely the swarm of wild men are handling this fight quite nicely. Well, the Guardians are going to be matching them very comfortably wherever they are. Axes coming flying into the Imladris sentries. Yeah, heavily armored, those sentries, but those axes are a lot of damage. And now those little Dunman pikes, Dunman pikes? Dunman, not Dunman. But yeah, they're able to match them with such a heavy numbers advantage. Damn, these poor Imladris Guardians just got minced. Yeah, it's just a case of being this badly sort of outnumbered in terms of not just individual unit models, it's just in terms of the units that you've actually got on the field. But if those Rhudaur are able to return to the front line, they can mince it. Oh, good stuff. Okay, well that is the first general to fall. That was Rhune's general. And these Black Wolves are definitely out of their depth going up against the Sword Masters, but I think it's just they're so badly outnumbered. And they're backed up by the Dunman spears that they're holding their own very nicely. Oh, what's this? Oh, cool. Yep. Godhillim NUR though are still raining fire. So that is Rhudaur's general taken out. I do really rate the Herenidane nobles quite highly, but up against the Rhudaur, you've got to be quite something. Eldrenway archers trying to Jeepers sake. Somebody's already down to halfway. I think that is probably over here with M1 Breakout's forces. He's got a lot of elite troops left though. And Steward of Dale has been losing a lot in order to get this done. Passing back over here. The warriors of Khazad-Dum kind of wavering there for a minute. Jeepers. And this guy just seemed to teleport. Damn. Alright, cool. And they're wavering on the other side too. It's a lot of AP that the Khazad-Dum forces are going up against. And, you know, the warriors of Khazad-Dum are nothing like the 3rd Legion. Well, actually, they're pretty damn good though still. But you can't really treat them like you can the 3rd Legion. Innis Rim managed to get mixed up with the pikes, unfortunately. So what's going on here now? Looks like those Goblin Infantry were stormed forward. And the heavy Goblin Infantry probably came back from routing. But the Dalian Spears... even without the armor upgrade, the Dalian Spears are able to hold the line very nicely. Athala Rangers popped up. Great unit to just like tear into these horde forces. And is there a main? No, there's not really a main confrontation over here yet. It is about to hit though. And Mirko stuck with the plan. He stayed focused and you know, stubborn, which is good. But yeah, all of these out of ammunition horse archers now. They've received an armor upgrade. That's kind of cool. They are going to be a menace. Not really with their charges doing tremendous damage, but just with their charges. Oh, that guy had a really cool helmet. I like that. Not really with their charges doing tremendous damage, but just their charges able to tie people up in melee. And this is a very thick line here. And the Nurad forces are not fodder. They are not, you know, they're not plebs here. And we need reinforcements to the front line. And I'm looking over. I don't know if Mirko's got the tools to really deal with this. The Blackguard kind of rely on their armor. You know, to kind of just have staying power. And a lot of javelins and a lot of AP from the Nurad forces. That's another general dropped. As we move on over here. As Wilbo is sort of really making contact properly now. The Mountain Uruk host. This is a nice sort of lore-friendly battle. With the soon-to-be Dol Guldur main line unit battling up against the Lake Town forces and the Men of Dale. Getting backed up by the heavy Goblin Spears, though, might make this a bit more difficult for the Lake Town Pikes unless they're able to sort themselves out. They're kind of disorganized there. What is this little bulge we have here? Some Mountain Orc hosts getting surrounded by halberdiers. They're going to be getting picked apart, and it looks like they received a bit of friendly fire from their own catapult. That's a shame. Over on this side of the battlefield, though, the Snow Trolls have come on in, and being that deep in amongst the enemy forces, they're kind of cushioned, so they can't really die too easily from those charges. That one Snow Troll there that we saw drop was not as lucky, though, I'm afraid. And yep, the gap between armies is very pronounced now, as the Flag Rim are pushing deep behind enemy lines. But this is good in a lot of ways, but yeah, it just means that they're not really going to be able to be as you know, useful in actually holding the enemy back. Oh, 51, that's not what you want to see. Hopefully they will return. I think they should. The Gap Rim battling off with the sentries, just getting outranged by the pikemen is the thing. And that's really going to be their end, I think. But these sentries, maybe Blue Ranger lost micro on them, or maybe they were pushing in deep just to try and shut down that, oh dear, friendly fire from those javelins, maybe? No, it looks like the boys were accurate. So that's good from the Baltroth forces. Sapphire Bladesman doesn't look like they've been minced too badly. I would hold fire there. Yeah, it's alright, it's alright. Yeah, I would just be worried about hitting my own men in the back, and also kind of wasting ammunition on those routing dwarves. But no, this is it's just been an absolute bloodbath. I can't really tell who's winning over there. I think Rhun might have actually taken it. Over here though, Steward of Dale. Yeah, we talked about this. The Gwythi Rhokdor have managed to survive with 10 men, and they just assassinated another general. Who the hell general was that? Oh wait, oh that was their own general that went down. Sorry, yeah. As those pikes managed to turn around and poke them on down. There's still 8 Gwythi Rhokdor left. I don't know, man. Like, when they were... Yeah, 7 there, right. I don't know, man. There's a big jump between 7 and 10 in my mind. But, I don't know. They'll still be a menace. The Godhalim Enuar just tearing through what's left of them over here. Backed up by some Riders of the Bruinen, heavily damaged. So they'll be using their ammunition for a while now. Coming right into the backs of those lightly armored men, though, they'll be mincing it. Once again, over here, who is won? Let's try and zoom in and try and see if that gives me a better picture. I don't know. I think M1 Breakouts kind of carried it here, and I think Rhun has sort of been victorious there as well. We'll see, though. Yeah. Looking like... there is a storming forward of these men, though. And if MP Beckerme is able to use up all those javelins and that crossbow fire, and maybe able to get a few more charges with the warlords, I think he's gotten it. Over here, though, I think Dale has had quite a nice fight up against Holopuro. Saying that, though, once again, it's quite tricky to say, as these men are holding for a little bit longer, and Dale is out of ammunition for most of their units. Those civilians have not routed from the field. They're still in play here today. But no. Yeah, it's a nice beefy force, and they're having victory. Oh, rotting meat getting hurled up now. But this is risky, because that's going to be hitting that area. You're going to be affecting both your units. And Wilbo's got his Blackshot Dragon Slayers pushing on around, and I don't think there's much left. The Snaga Skirmishers might be able to just unload a lot of javelin fire into the Blackshots, but I don't think they've noticed them. That is where they need to be firing into. Oh, Athala Rangers, though, mincing through them. Yeah, I don't know. I'd hold fire with the catapult myself, just because I think you benefit more from your morale than the enemy are from damaging them. Oh, Earls of Dale might get caught here by the Fearmongers. That's not a unit you want to get caught by. Yeah, no, they're going to get ripped apart with that. Might have been a quick back charge into the Black Orcs, but their pathfinding got a bit confused. This clash is definitely going in... Oh, actually. Right, okay. It's certainly not as one-sided as I thought the clash would go. I guess the Nazgul are mixed in amongst them, and the Blackguard of Barad-dûr are doing a much better job. They are not just a pushing unit, it seems. They're backed up by the Saurons. That's really cool. Okay, so we have the Blackguard of Barad-dûr standing there with a big sturdy shields and quite decent armor, really just taking a pounding. And the Saurons are coming up with those massive sturdy just axes, you could say, and just tearing into the Nurad forces, and it's working out really well for them. Okay, sorry about that, Mirko. I definitely I regret doubting you there for a while. Brother of the Shadow over here, a nice mix against the Minas Morgul Chosen. Sort of the defensive, the defensive skill of the Minas Morgul Chosen and their heavy armor up against the real amazing defensive skill of the Brotherhood of the Shadow. This is going to be a slow fight, and my money's still on the Brotherhood of the Shadow, though, definitely. Even being outnumbered like that, they should take it. The Brotherhood of the units are really a step above everything else. Olokai are still standing, and there's not really much high damage units around them. It was good to use them in this position. That's going to be a bit of a game changer, though. 71 Blackguard of Barad-dûr is going to leave the Nazgul undefended, and these Saurons will without that shield we were talking about. So that's a bit messy. And Tommy is coming in from behind with his cavalry, just tying up some of these units. The javelins are spears and melee, but or these javelins are spears and melee anyway. But I don't know. You need to get out of there. It would have been fantastic if they broke in that charge, but they didn't. Is there anything in reserve? The things in reserve are kind of being mopped up by Wilbo's cavalry. It's good to be supporting each other. You've got to remember, this is not a series of 1v1s. You're coming in as a group. And we're at 70 for 73 now, so still damn close. And the dwarves and elves are both dead. So it really is, you know, there's not anything too crazy. So percentages are definitely going to be mattering here. This amazing situation of the Barding herd, it's not really working out as well as I kind of would have thought, but that's just because it's being opposed by the White Orc Fearmongers and the Goblin King Bodyguard. There's absolutely nothing wrong about how they've been used here, I don't think. It really is just the immense skill and, yeah, armor of their opposing units. Wilbo, it might put an end to that, though, when these black shots hit. I suspect they will. And over here as well, yeah, the heavy goblin spears are standing their ground quite nicely. The civilians might come in and complete that encirclement though, and that might change their thinking. Oh dear. So that's somebody gone. I think that's Rhudaur. I think that's Stu's forces off the field. But he's certainly done his part. I don't see many elves remaining. Is this guy running or is this guy standing? Oh. Yep, that is the Goblin King wiped out there. There's one Imladris guardian here. That's kind of funny to see. He's there's no corpses around him, but oh god, yeah, lots nearby though. And apart from that, really not. There's a few Godhillim remaining, and there's still 6 Gwathi Rhoktor. So as I say, if they're able to wipe out what's left of the enemy cavalry, those Gwathi Rhoktor are going to be a fearsome tool. Yep. Okay. Cool. There's more elves remaining than I thought, but not too much. And apart from that, all the MP Beckermies really got left are his cavalry again. I like how many warlords do we have? We've got 2 Dragon's Wrath warlords just fighting alongside the Dragon Knights. That's kind of funny. Yep. It does look like Rhun and Imladris have been victorious over on this side. We've still got quite a long ways left in this battle. I'm going to go up to normal speed. For the first time, I feel safe to do that. Holapur, oh, yep, this is Brook. Yeah, I think, to be honest, yeah, civilians used very well here by Wilbo, just to complete that encirclement, and now it's just butchery. Now it's just absolute butchery. Let's zoom in and just sort of watch that little red blob just disappear. Oh, it's quite interesting to just see some very angry civilians just rip into goblins. You know, they've definitely got a bit of an axe to grind, I suspect, so they've been torn to pieces. There's quite a lot of Wilbo's forces remaining. Let's see. So he's got a decent enough pike line. Earls of Dale, but those Earls of Dale, although as much as I like them, they're going to have to fight together if they're going to have a chance up against those Dragon Knights and the Gwathi Rhoktor. Especially if the Gwathi Rhoktor get a charge against them. A few Dalian Cav remaining and even some more Earls of Dale. Okay. Oh god, get out of the way of that, those spears. Because as I say, it's in these later stages, I think having the Cav superiority is incredibly important. And right now, I think the blue team still have it, but they might not for long. Mirko caught napping here, unfortunately. These men really, if they had gotten a charge on those Lake Town pikes, I think they could have wiped them out. That's too bad. So, but being grabbed like this and being sort of curled around, I don't know if it's going to happen. I don't know. We'll see. On this far side, Blackguard of Barad-dûr, Mirko kind of... Oh, damn. I think Mirko might have left the game. I don't know. Because a lot of these units are just sort of being stationary, or he's just really focused on maximizing what he's got over here. Adunam Shadowbow's locked morale, so there's only 3 of them there, but they'll fight to the end. The Nazgul are going to be hacking through quite a few more of these men now. But yep, we thought the Shadows would win. They did it actually far better than I thought. There's 29 of them left. Yeah, they had like 38 when we last saw them, so they did quite well. A few more Shadow Bows just tearing through them, and oh, the Brother to the Bow though, it's firing over the top there. Brother to the Bow received an armor upgrade, maybe? No, I don't think so. But yeah, no, just firing over into the. I don't know. I know they're firing into the Nazgul, but okay, he's clearing the space now. You really want to charge down those Nazgul if you can. If you've got any, yep, good. The cataphracts coming in. This is really what you want to deal with them. Oh, actually, jeepers sake, well done, Nurad Windblades. I guess the Nurad Windblades have such a high actual attack value that they're able to deal with that. And just, yeah, who would have thought? All you need to deal with Nazgul is a few charges and a lot of throwing daggers. So yeah, they will, as long as they deal with that force efficiently. What is this remaining? Is this a bunch of nomadic marauders? With ammunition, okay. The fact that they've still got ammo left is a big deal. Okay, so it looks like... Oh! Okay. Damn, dude, I don't know. I was gonna give it to the blue team, but the fact that they've still got this... Hold fire, though. Hold your bloody horses, because... well, I know they want to delete this cavalry force, but... That's really the only chance the red team have now, I feel. They do have cavalry, but the enemy still have the Nurad Windblades. They've got a lot of Earls of Dale. Earls of Dale, I love them. A lot of people do talk a lot of crap about them, and with reason. You know, I'm not just saying people hate them for no reason, but I think that they with the numbers that they've got, they can definitely mop up what's left of the cavalry. And then, as I say, the Candish forces, just really the cherry on top. But the good thing for the red team here is that the enemy's strength right now is in their melee cavalry. The enemy don't really have any lancers lancers left. So, hold fire. MP Becker, mate, what you doing? I don't know. What's he targeting? I guess he's going for the black shots. I don't know, man. I'd hold fire, like, myself. But I say this all the time. I don't know artillery. Like, I'm not good at it. I don't take it. So, yeah, that could just be the case. Maybe he is. He's got some wisdom that I don't understand. These Nazgul... sorry, these are the Shadow Bows. Very sneaky boys. We must whisper. But, what are they going for? They're just being ignored. Is Tommy not spotting them? Because a few more shots here. Especially these side-on shots. Nurad Windblades, only 5 left. Interesting. But yeah, okay. Nope, Mirko. Yeah, Mirko's doing the right thing. Just kind of ignore them. I think Tommy's going to accidentally bump into them, though, in a minute. And if Mirko is AFK, then he's not going to be able to move out of the way. Because if you saw this, you'd want to move out of the way of that. Nope. Tommy's spotted it. Tommy's coming in. And as much as I was a fault... Oh, no, he is here. He is here. He's coming in for a counter charge. Or he's trying to run away. Very good. Okay, anyway, right. Let's go back to probably where the main fight is. Or the main fight is going to be. I'm interested to see... The big tool here is, of course, that cannon. Secondary tool is the cavalry. So it'll be cool to see how the red team use those. Whereas the blue team right now, they kind of just have more numbers and more skilled units. The Athala Rangers out of ammunition, of course, but decent enough in melee. These Barding Herd spread out like that. We're getting some admitting defeat going on, but probably just by the guys that I've already routed off. It's always nice, even if your stuff is all routed off, it's quite a nice thing. Just admit defeat before you leave the game. Gwethi Rhudaur coming forward with the Riders of the Bruin in. Do they have? Surely they don't. No, they're out of ammunition now, but there'll be something. Coming in for the Lake Town Infantry and the Bardian Marksman. Good stuff. Okay, yeah, because he needs to use this as much as possible. Brutal charge there. Good stuff. They'll receive a few sword swings, though. But nothing too bad. Because they need to be very active with this unit of Gwethi Rhudaur. No, we're not going to slow it down, but we'll zoom on in. And just see. Eldraine Way Archers will... I love the Bardian Marksman in melee, especially with that armor upgrade. But they're not really built for that, especially not with the Sapphire Bladesman coming on forward. And it's just the overwhelming numbers here. Dragon's Breath Cannon. I can... right, okay, I'm sort of eating my words. They didn't really have the numbers to defend the cannon, so they really wanted to use up the ammunition. That's... yeah, no, I accept it. And it is just kind of a case of push through. Dale's just coming forward, just trying to blitz his way on through, stop that cannon from firing, which he's done. The cannon crew are trying to fall back, maybe try and get used later, when there's no cavalry lurking around. Over here, there's a clash. Eastern crossbows running away. It's pikes. Pikes in the late game are just frightening. And halberds, you know, too, of course. They've got their ability to fight as a phalanx, so they're not going to be fun. Eldrainway archers, though. No, as I say, it's just a phalanx. Athala Rangers kind of do quite well out there, you know? They're standing their ground. Good stuff. It looks like a falling back. I don't know, it's a bit... Really making good use of the Elven's speed, just to try and pick their engagements, which is smart. Don't just take the engagement that your enemy is offering you. If there's a better one for you, fall back, move around. Brotherhood of the Bow coming forward, as I say, not really going to be able to get a great charge off on them, but they've actually got ammunition, so that's going to be helpful. Yeah, locking them in. Dragon Slayers could have probably handled that themselves, but the phalanxes are just coming forward to make it a bit better. What else do we have? Godhillim really just trying to find a good opponent. Shutting down the Cav alongside the Gwathi Rhudaur. That's pretty good. Yeah, those Earls of Dale are not going to be standing too well to that. Only one Nurad Windblade left. He'll probably fall to that Godhillim. Or he might kill him. I don't know, he has a melee Cav. Of those 2 blades. Oh, no, I thought that was a death noise I just heard. But no, probably won't be able to hear those little sort of subtle noises over the music, but they're out there. But no, it's just mopping up now. We'll just position ourselves over here and probably speed it on up for the last little bit. So that was really good. It's nice, especially a 4v4. It's tough to get a 4v4 that is actually pretty damn close. Like, what are we at there? Yeah, 80, yeah. Any 4v4 that sort of ends within 10%, I think is pretty damn good. Especially a 4v4 kind of like on sort of like flat ground. I always think it could be a bit more chaotic there. So no, nobody really screwed up in my mind. I think everybody did really quite well. I think that you know, Mirko's army composition actually worked so much better than I thought it would. You know, I saw Mirko's forces and I thought, nah, that's gonna suck, dude. But especially up against what he's going up against. But no, it really handled itself quite well. And I think, although it might have not seemed like too much, just that routing of those like what 50 Blackguard, you know, when they fled from the front line, it really changed things, and I think that could have gone very differently. Good use from cavalry from all sides, really. I don't think anybody screwed up there, and yeah, cool. So let's jump into Tommy's kills first, and then I'll have a look through everybody's. Varia Cataphrix, yeah, as I say, good, very good stuff from the Windblades. Some good charging onto infantry after they've sort of dealt with cavalry, so that was nice. Horse archers, they're really nice, able to use up all of their ammunition, and then I'd like to think that armor upgrade helped them out too when they were coming in for some charging. Nurad footmen there, very good from the 131. I often say, like, when you're up against orcs generally, they will usually be wearing some semblance of armor, but they do lack defensive skill. So if you do have a little bit of armor piercing, like the Nurad footmen, you're just able to like chop into them, and they can't do anything about it. Like with Rhudaur, like swordsmen, you know, they don't have armor and they don't have defensive skill, but they have this massive attack value and they have great morale. So even though you're killing heaps of them, you're dropping like flies as well. It's a very fast confrontation. That's why I love the Rhudaur swordsmen. They're a man-at-arms, but they're so just weird. They don't do what men-at-arms are meant to do. So yeah, I love them. Then the halberdiers, really not as much as I expected. The Nurad footmen kind of led the way there. Wow, that's kind of cool. Oh well. Yeah, I wonder why that was. I guess the Blackguard of Barad-dûr are just kind of like pushing right in your face, and yeah, cool. Nomadic marauders there. One of them just didn't really use up much of their javelin fire, it seems, you know, with only 3 kills. One with 50, so that's kind of more what you'd expect, especially, as I say, when the enemy's got some nice sturdy shields in your face. Variag bows there, doing good. Didn't see them armor upgraded. I don't think they were. They might have been. I love them with the armor upgrade, so yeah. Brother of the Shadow, 134 kills. Nice, good stuff. So yeah, all in all, very good. Yeah, I think Tommy's patience was good. I think it was countered well by Mirko. You know, just kind of holding his position, letting him use up his ammunition. But yeah, Tommy did, you know, he made sure to use up his ammunition. He didn't really let what was going on the other parts of the battlefield rush him. So that was impressive. I think Wilbo definitely handled that well. Wow, look at the amount of prisoners Wilbo caught. Oh, Leet. Funny. Good stuff. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Really impressive stuff there. Again, another thing of just holding his composure, coming up, not letting artillery panic him. You know, just marching up and shooting at the enemy. You know, he can outshoot him. He knows he can outshoot him. He's Dale, so, you know, why not just do that? So that was good. Blue Ranger there. Unfortunate for the Dragon's Breath Cannon. Dragon's Breath Cannon up against the Dwarves is very much not fun, because Dwarves like to come forward as sort of really big block formations, just, you know, really just sledgehammer their way through an enemy position. And the Dragon's Breath Cannon is perfect for dealing with those big sledgehammer formations. So that was unfortunate for him, but he did pretty damn well, I think. So much AP with Rhun. Rhun is just a great dwarf killing faction. They've got crossbows, they've got the Gamp Rim, they've got the Flag Rim. Good use of the sentries to beat the Gamp Rim, though. That was really nice. Steward of Dale, as I say, least kills, but he was up against the most elite army, so you can't really say much. Unfortunate about getting the... I guess they did kill a lot of the Gwathi Rhudaur. I was going to say unfortunate about losing the Hereditary Nobles like that. I didn't see what happened to poor Coldfell Maidens, but yeah, like they just... up against Imladris, you really need some freaking great melee cavalry. And as much as I love the Coldfell Maidens, they're not like good enough to go toe-to-toe with some of that stuff. You know, you've got to use their javelins to really even the game. And I'm sure he did, so, you know, but... Anyway, flipping over to Imbo and Breakout, yeah, definitely used... You know, the enemy were going to be charging him. He knew the enemy were going to charge him. I don't think he really necessarily wasted ammunition on the archers at the start. I think it was just kind of he dealt those blows to kind of just say, like, look, Stu, you've got to come at me. I'm going to kill everything you've got. He had enough archers. Good. I really like the bravery of having the Godflim on the front line, like right at the start. That was cool. But he didn't have his general in with him, so it's fair. Love the armor upgrades across the board. Oh, there was no... Well, I guess the Godhillim are kind of uber elite, but there was no Gwathi Arthand or Gwathi Meridain. But saying that, if you know you're going up against Rhudaur, what is the point in the Gwathi Meridain? Like, yeah. I guess there was dwarves nearby him, so fair. Yeah, I don't know. MP Beckermeat, as I say, yeah. I really regret like calling out the later blast from the Dragon's Breath Cannon. I just didn't, I didn't put two and two together that like it would be difficult to hold and defend it for long enough. So that was fair. Just trying to take what he could get while he had it. Then all in all though, pretty good. Yeah, good use. Just like good to just fall back. You know, he just gave up his cannon, fell back, retook it when he needed to. So that was nice. Holopuro, as I say, just kind of unfortunate going up against Dale. I know why he took the catapult, but like I think he definitely, you need to know that you're going to be getting outshot by Dale as the Misty Mountains. I love the Misty Mountains in a siege. I don't really play them in an open field. I think they can be good in an open field, and I have won with them in open fields, but they definitely do struggle. Big time. So that's fair enough. Can't really think. I don't think he did anything wrong though, to be honest. Yeah. And Mirko, as I say, great patience. Good to just, if he decided I'm gonna just tank this damage, and he did it. So that was nice. And the melee clash went way better than I expected to. Would have been nice to maybe get a unit of like Moranon archers though, because he had like 2 units of orc archers. But you're going up against a lot of horse archers. Maybe it's good to have just 3 units of archers just to outshoot them a little bit, or just to punish them a bit for sitting there and shooting you. But yeah. Anyway, that was a great battle. Thank you very much, guys.